Stylistically, Ryan, he's a big boxer puncher. He has great timing. He has great reflexes. Very explosive. I know this fight, if he's focused and, he goes in there and, well, saying he's doing everything that he is, I know it can be, a really exciting fight.
This is bare minimum I'm talking about. His focus is just crazy.
What I've seen in the past is very different from what I'm seeing today. Ryan has lost weight, but gained some strength.
Reaching a level that surpasses any level that we've reached in previous camps, to continually improve and get better every day.
Let's be absolutely clear about something before we even get into the meat of this. This is not just a boxing match. This is a psychological thriller, a redemption arc, a Greek tragedy.
This is the last time we're doing this type of work in this camp. I like where we're at. Can't wait for this to be over. Love this stuff. It's always a good camp with Brady. I definitely look forward to finishing it with him every time.
Tony Brady, strength and conditioning coach of Mario Barrios, praises Barrios as one of the strongest fighters he has ever worked with, highlighting his unmatched resilience.
I've been working with Mario for about 8 years now. Mario is one of the toughest champions I've ever worked with, and I've worked with some great fighters. A win, a loss doesn't faze him. He's ready to get back to work, and that's why he's always dangerous.
I think I almost fired Brady at least like 3 times every training camp. Brady's been, a big part of my team since I was in the Bay Area training with Virgil Hunter. So like the last 6 or 7 years, me and Brady have had a lot of success together. He's been the one that has handled all of my dishing every camp.
So we don't want to get complacent. So we like to finish camp strong. That way you have that strong feeling going into the fight. But the hard work is done. Mario stays ready. He has a great pre-camp.
And a blockbuster action movie all wrapped up in 12 rounds of pure, unfiltered chaos. Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia is the kind of fight that keeps boxing analysts up at night.
I'm confident in everything we're doing, and so right now, a win is everything. I turned pro at 120, 124. And I've always been a big deal for the weight. Yeah, so like I've cut weight. So just want to try to make sure, I get the carbs in for the workout. But then that focuses on like healthy fat.
Sends fans spiraling into Reddit rabbit holes at 3 a.m. and makes even the most seasoned fight veterans sit forward in their chairs and whisper, "I genuinely do not know what is going to happen." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most intoxicating sentence in all of sports.
That rarefied category of co-op. That was our surprise. Mario's been a great partner in this effort because, sometimes you switch to a new trainer. There's a lot of new things being thrown at you in this game. A lot of joy and celebration, and that's why we're working so hard.
So buckle up. We are going deep, we are going dramatic, and we are not pulling a single punch. Mario Barrios is not here to play. He is here to haunt you. Let us start with the man who has been quietly, methodically, almost diabolically building himself into one of the most complete fighters in the division.
How happy, how glad are you that you got into this moment?
I'm excited, that moment still isn't here. So, a couple days away. Just being patient. But yeah, it's been a good camp. It's been a long one, and I'm just ready to go.
No, I was just thinking yesterday, man, you find a lot of guys, and you have a lot of experience too. When you compare to Ryan, and I'm just thinking, just knowing your story, your upbringing, where you came to where you are. Do you ever reflect on that and think damn, I fought Tank, I fought Thurman, I fought Manny, now I'm fighting Ryan, Las Vegas, all these big events. Do you ever think
Mario Barrios does not walk into a press conference and set things on fire. He does not post thirst traps and meltdowns on social media at 2 a.m. He does not give you a reason to doubt him. And that, paradoxically, is what makes him absolutely terrifying. His strength and conditioning coach, Tony Brady, has essentially confirmed what many have long suspected.
Moments to like just sit back and like reflect on, what like on my journey and all these like, like notable like chapters. It's really cool. I'm very thankful, for everything I've been able to accomplish and for where I am in my career. But yeah, it's nice to look back and but more importantly, I have this, big fight on Saturday. So that's like where all the like main focus is right now.
Yeah, I listed like the opponents you faced. Like obviously, like you faced better opponents than Ryan, more experienced opponents than Ryan. And I feel like people are overlooking that aspect. Like, do you feel like people are vastly overlooking your experience coming into this fight?
They might be, but it doesn't make a difference of what's gonna happen. Come up.
That somewhere inside Mario Barrios, there is a machine. Not a man, a machine. Brady speaks about Barrios' resilience and toughness the way a blacksmith talks about the finest sword he ever forged. This is not a fighter who bends. This is not a fighter who whines. This is not a fighter who texts his trainer at midnight asking to skip a session because his feelings are hurt. Barrios grits his teeth, swallows the pain, and comes back tomorrow ready to do it all over again.
8 miles to start each day. Sometimes more. Never less.
I start off my day with running because it helps me with my mentality and just helps me think about things. It's really good for my mental health as well. I need to cut weight, so running is the best form of cutting weight for me.
How many miles was that, Ryan? 8 miles, baby. You know what sort of pace you got?
Yeah.
But it was fast.
But it was damn fast.
How you feel? Starbucks mocha?
Mm-hmm.
Have you have your yogurt today or no?
I ordered it, but for some reason
We just got done blanching these carrots right here. Got our quinoa and our brown rice blend ready to rock. Butternut squash. We're gonna make this into a puree. I'm Chef Carlos.
His trainer, Joe Goossen, who knows a thing or two about high-maintenance fighters. More on that in a moment. Says Barrios has a rare, almost supernatural ability to adapt mid-camp without a single complaint. Not one. Zero. The man is basically a walking, punching meditation retreat.
It goes down to him and how he's gonna cut his weight and how he's feeling.
food is damn good. Carlos makes some good food. Weight's coming off, my body's performing well, and we're all doing a great job collaborating together to get the best result possible.
For dinner tonight, we got some real nice beef tenderloin, aka fillets. Right, got little mashed potatoes. We got our mushroom mix right here. We're gonna saute them with a little butter. We got our broccoli all blanched off. We're ready to fry everything. You have all the elements that he needs to be a top athlete.
I just monitor my eating, keep assessing myself every time I take a bite, see if it worked, if it was enough, if it wasn't enough, and then make adjustments. You gotta evaluate yourself.
And then there is the diet, the discipline, the championship mindset that hums beneath the surface of every training session like a furnace that never goes cold. Barrios has stared down Gervonta Davis, Keith Thurman, and Manny Pacquiao. Let that sink in for a second.
Right, I mean, it wasn't for a long period of time, so I don't know that he's got any secrets to give out there that we don't already know about. So I don't know if it gives any advantage from a technical, real, tangible standpoint. I don't think so. Everyone knows both these fighters and what they do, what they're capable of, what they're not capable, what their strengths and weaknesses are. I think Barrios, he's too experienced. He knows what he knows, and he's going to go and be prepared, whether or not he's got that fighter's trainer in his corner or not. So I don't know if it, and from a psychological standpoint, I don't think it really.
He has been in the ring with some of the most legendary names in recent boxing history and walked away not broken, not embarrassed, but educated, evolved. Dangerous in new ways he was not dangerous before. Every tough fight peeled back another layer and revealed a more complete, more intelligent, more resilient version of Mario Barrios. He is not the same fighter who walked in against those names. He is something sharper, something colder, something that should genuinely concern the Garcia camp in ways they may not be fully prepared to admit out loud.
Psychologically, where is he? Mentally, where is he? You know, which Ryan Garcia is going to show up? Does he even know? You know, I think that's what it comes down to. I always say, I've said it for years, 75% of this business is mental. With Ryan Garcia, it might be 95%. I mean, he's not used up physically. He's still young. He's fine physically. He's got the speed advantage. He's got the power advantage. He's more quick twitch. He's more explosive. He's the more explosive fighter here. He's got that real good kind of left hook. He throws it to the head or the body. He's a talented.
Barrios looks at this fight and sees one thing: the moment. The moment he has been building toward through every brutal training camp, every painful lesson, every sacrifice that never made the highlight reel. He is not interested in being the story. He is interested in winning. And fighters who are only interested in winning are the most dangerous fighters alive. Ryan Garcia is either a genius or a time bomb, possibly both. Now,
the important area in predicting the outcome, because the thing about Ryan Garcia is he's all over the shop a lot of the time. He seems like a very erratic character. You never quite know what kind of guy you're going to get day to day, it seems. He thrives on chaos and energy, but the thing is, I think when the balance tips too far into the chaotic world, that's when you see a poor Ryan Garcia. He's alluded to the issues he's had over the last few years with drinking and partying, rather than consistently being in training camp, being surprised when, in his own words, his body couldn't hold up for more than 2 days of training at a time when he last fought Rolly Romero. Mindset feeds into how you feel like you're going to perform in the ring, and therefore manifests how you're going to do, but also it dictates how you train, how you actually work and build your body in preparation for a contest. And to be honest with you, Ryan Garcia seems okay coming into this one. I don't have a massive issue with anything that I'm hearing. He also doesn't seem too docile like he was going into that Rolly fight. He did seem out.
Ryan Garcia. Where do we even begin with Ryan Garcia? The man is a walking contradiction wrapped in a designer hoodie posted to Instagram from a location that should probably not be disclosed, at his absolute peak. And we must acknowledge this fully and without reservation. Ryan Garcia is one of the most electric, jaw-dropping, physically gifted fighters on the planet. His timing is not normal. His reflexes are not normal. His explosive power, particularly that left hook that seems to travel through dimensions before it arrives at your chin, is genuinely not normal. He is a boxer puncher in the truest sense of the term, the kind of fighter who can make you look foolish and unconscious in the same combination. His physical transformation heading into this camp has been legitimately impressive. He has gained strength while cutting weight, which is the kind of thing that sounds impossible until you realize that Chef Carlos is out here cooking protein-rich, meticulously clean meals that would make a nutritionist weep with joy.
I sparred with Jesse one time, and based off everything I've seen Jesse do in fights, I was like, this is nothing, right? After the first round, I was like, oh, shit. Like, he caught me cold, and I couldn't turn on because I was so turned off by everything and I feel like that's how Mario is. Mario, a lot of guys come to the ring thinking that, oh, this is gonna be an easy night. The speed ain't there, the quickness ain't there, you know, all of the aesthetics ain't there, but it just works. All that said, and especially with how Ryan Garcia performed in his last fight, I have to go with the guy that systematically does the right things all the time. And it takes somebody doing the right things consistently in order to beat that. And I don't think that that's Ryan Garcia anymore.
Does the trainers matter? Joe Goossen flipped. Now he's over here.
Yeah.
And he got his daddy.
Yeah. That matters.
Garcia starts his days with an 8-mile run. 8 miles. Not just for conditioning, not just for the weight cut, but for mental clarity. He needs that run. He needs that quiet. He needs that hour or two of just himself and the road and the sound of his own breathing to remind himself who he is and what he is capable of when the noise stops. And the noise around Ryan Garcia never stops. That is the problem. That is always the problem. Garcia has been refreshingly, almost uncomfortably honest about his struggles. He has openly admitted to the partying, to the lapses in focus, to the training camps that went sideways because he let the lifestyle creep back in. That honesty is admirable. It is also alarming because admitting the problem and solving the problem are two very different things. and the history of Ryan Garcia's career is essentially a greatest hits album of both extremes. The version of Garcia who showed up against Luke Campbell and stopped him with that devastating body shot? Untouchable, electric, inevitable. The versions of Garcia who showed up unfocused, distracted, emotionally scattered, vulnerable in ways that his physical gifts cannot fully protect him from. The question hanging over this entire fight like a fog that nobody wants to name out loud is brutally simple. Which Ryan Garcia shows up? The Goossen factor is juicy, but Teddy Atlas already called it. Here is where it gets genuinely spicy because boxing gods apparently decided this fight needed an extra layer of psychological intrigue, and so they arranged for Joe Goossen, Ryan Garcia's former trainer, to now be working in the corner of Mario Barrios. If this were a movie, it would be the scene where the music shifts and the audience audibly gasps. The man who knows your tendencies, your habits, your quirks, your weaknesses, now in the other corner. That is either a devastating strategic advantage or the most dramatic irrelevance in recent boxing history. Teddy Atlas, who has forgotten more about boxing psychology than most people will ever know, has already weighed in. His assessment? Goossen's brief history with Garcia probably does not give Barrios a major strategic edge. The time was too short, the relationship too limited, the specific technical knowledge too general to be truly decisive. Atlas is not dismissing it entirely. He is just being precise. And Atlas being precise is always worth paying attention to. The verdict before the verdict. This fight is not just about who hits harder. It is about who is mentally tougher, who is more prepared, who has done the internal work that never shows up on the tail of the tape. Barrios has built himself quietly into a champion's champion, forged by adversity, sharpened by legends, and guided by the simple, relentless obsession with winning. Garcia is one of the most gifted fighters of his generation, a man who on his best day is simply not beatable. The problem is the days that are not his best days, which arrive without warning and leave a trail of questions behind them. Come fight night, the ring will tell the truth that training camps can only suggest. And the truth, when it arrives, is going to be absolutely spectacular.